Tony was lying in the bathtub reading In the House of Count Dracula when the doorbell rang. Hopefully it's not for me, he thought, and looked up from his book. He heard his mother go to the front door and open it. Then she came down the hallway and knocked on the bathroom door. "There's someone at the door for you," she said. "I'm reading," Tony grumbled. "Who is it?" "A vampire." "A vampire?" Tony cried in horror. He nearly dropped his book into the water, but actually his mother had to have been teasing him because, after all, she didn't believe in vampires, even if she had actually met 2 of them recently. But, like Tony's father, she believed that Tony's 2 friends, with their musty-smelling vampire capes, were nothing more than 2 normal children who simply enjoyed dressing up in clothes they found in their grandmother's attic. "Which vampire is it?" Tony asked cautiously. "Rudolph," she replied. That worried Tony. If Rudolph had come to his apartment door rather than just flying in through Tony's bedroom window, something terrible must have happened. "Just a second, I'm coming," he shouted. He quickly got out of the tub and wrapped his robe around himself. Tony opened the door and found the little vampire standing in the hallway. He looked ashen, his cheeks hollow and his red eyes flickering feverishly. "I need to talk to you," he whispered. Tony swallowed. "Here?" he said, looking over toward the living room, where his parents were sitting. The vampire gave him an imploring look. "You have to help me," he whispered. "Me?" asked Tony. "Yes, you're my only friend." "Oh, but what do you need?" "Just come to the bike room in the basement as soon as you can," Rudolph said. "I'll tell you there." With that, the vampire turned and disappeared. "Has he already left?" called his mother. "I prepared some juice for the 2 of you." "He doesn't like juice," said Tony, who had other worries now. How was he going to go down to the bicycle room at 7 o'clock at night without arousing any suspicion? After he'd gotten dressed, he casually said to his parents, "I have to go downstairs." "Now?" asked his mother, suddenly suspicious. "Your hair is soaking wet. Does this have something to do with your strange friend?" "No," Tony lied. "So why do you need to go downstairs?" "To put my bike into the basement." "Your new bike?" That came from his father. "Do you mean it's been outside all this time while you were relaxing in the bath reading?" "Yes," Tony admitted with a guilty tone, but actually he was smiling to himself because he had locked it up safely in the bike room 2 hours ago.